Hello, hello, hello. What's up? It's your girl Twan the Mystik from housemystik.com. Hello and welcome to my channel. If you are new here, hey, what's up? I'm Twan the Mystik, okay? I'm an artist, a tarot reader, astrologer, just a multifaceted person, okay? So yes, if you are into pick a cards, tarot readings, astrology, and stuff like that, definitely hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell so you're updated every single time I drop a new video, okay? So yes, let's go ahead and get into today's reading. Also, real quick, I totally forgot. I wanted to say this in the intro. I want to give a quick shout out to, first of all, my business, housemystik.com, where you can purchase spiritual art, spiritual decor, merch, things that I make. That's on housemystik.com. Also want to give a shout out to my app, the Mystik Collective app. If you want to learn how to master your spiritual gifts and get super in-depth insights about different astrological transits and get some like witchy tips to learn how to do certain spells and things like that, definitely become a part of the Mystik Collective, okay? And then also my podcast, the Tarot Tea with Twan podcast, available on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, okay? And on there, I talk about how to use tarot, astrology, and different types of esoteric knowledge to level up in your life. I recently just dropped an episode all about my dating experiences with all 12 zodiac signs. Thanos ain't got nothing on me, okay? Anywho, yes, let's go ahead and get into your reading. Okay. So, if you're new to pick a cards, let me just go ahead and tell you how it works, okay? So, basically, what you're going to do is you pick a pile or a crystal that you feel the most drawn to, and this reading is all about the good news coming your way. Okay, I know we're all in need of some good news, okay? Because I feel like if you're watching this as when I posted originally, it's Virgo season. I feel like Virgo season it always calls everyone out. It always calls everyone out. So I'm like, we need some good news. We need some good news. Okay. So these are the three piles, and pick the pile or the crystal you feel most drawn to. Pile number one is this egg. What crystal is this again? Yellow Jasper. This yellow Jasper egg. And then pile number two is this heart-shaped rose quartz crystal. And then pile number three is orange calcite. Okay, so yes, pick the pile or the crystal you feel most drawn to, as far as what good news is coming your way. And then go to the link in my description and in my comment section. I said the link. I meant the timestamps. The timestamps in my description and also in my comment section. I mean, to go to your reading, okay? And I will see you at the click of your timestamp. Hello. What's up? I was about to say those of you that chose pile number one with this yellow Jasper egg crystal, okay? So the fact that you picked that, even though I tend to use a lot of the same crystals, but the fact that you picked the egg pile definitely makes me think that some good news that's coming to you, it's probably like a new beginning, fresh start type of situation where you're being given a chance to start over, or it could just be like a lot of new beginnings where it's like maybe a new job, a new living arrangement, or new home, a new perspective on life, maybe even a new baby since it is an egg. Maybe, yeah, the expansion of your family or something like that. But yeah, let's go ahead and see what these cards are talking about, okay? So, which cards do I want to start with first? Let's start with these. Oh, okay, sorry, I thought I heard the baby crying. Okay, so let's start with these two cards first. We have guilt. I release any beliefs that no longer assist in my soul's growth. Yeah, see, I already knew it because when I saw that egg, I'm like, okay, it's gonna be some new beginnings, a new perspective on life. Okay, so yeah, I definitely feel like you will be releasing a lot of guilt. Yeah, you'll be releasing a lot of guilt, a lot of like beliefs that no longer serve you. And it may not seem like, oh, this is good news because you're maybe sometime, not sometimes, but maybe you're looking for good news to come from an outer source, which that's probably gonna be in your reading somehow, some way. But I feel like there's a lot of stuff you've been holding on to, a lot of guilt, a lot of shame, a lot of beliefs that just don't serve you. And I feel like you're finally going to be at a space or in a space where you're really ready to release it. And it's going to make you feel so much lighter. And you're going to just start looking at life so much different. So much different. Yeah. Yeah. So let's see. See, oh my goodness, you have happiness. I am aware that being happy means I am on the right path. You see? See, I knew it. I knew it because I literally just said you're going to become, well, I didn't say happier, but I definitely did say, there's a fly in here. But I definitely did say that you're going to have a new outlook on life, a new perspective on life, and it's going to make you feel so much lighter with you releasing this guilt. Okay, you releasing this guilt. So love that for you, pile number one. Let's see what else is gonna come out. Okay, so we have bring love into the situation, new moon in Aquarius. Okay, and then we have your dreams need a practical plan, full moon in Taurus. Um, that's interesting because the way I placed the cards, these two cards have purple and these two cards have green. So I'm wondering if your heart chakra and your crown chakra, well, I definitely think your crown chakra is definitely going to be affected. I do have chakra cards, so we're going to see what chakras need your attention, but I'm already sensing that your crown and your heart chakra will be receiving some healing, or maybe that's something you need to work on right now. Like I said, we'll see what other chakras, but and I'm wondering if it's because, like, as far as the heart chakra, when we're brokenhearted and we hold on to certain beliefs, it tends to stay in our heart chakra. Also, our sacral chakra, which is funny because we do have an orange card here. But when you're heartbroken about something, I'm sorry, there's like a fly in here. But when you're heartbroken about something, it stays in your heart and it definitely stays in your mind. And I feel like there could be some of you guys that, especially with the crown chakra showing up here, there could be some of you guys that maybe don't feel connected to the universe, or maybe you're going to start feeling more connected to the universe, more connected to God. Um, maybe that's the good news that's coming for you. But I definitely feel like at some point in the past, you've probably felt really disconnected from spirit, God, ancestors, and stuff like that, especially if you've been going through a lot. If you've been going through a lot, and you may be wondering, like, why me? Why is this my life? Why does it feel like one thing after another, and things can never just be together? You know what I mean? Maybe you experience a lot of setbacks, or maybe things have been kind of stagnant, things have been moving kind of slow, maybe having issues with health or finances or something like that. But I definitely see all of that turning around. And I also feel like it's because maybe this is your sign with you listening to this reading. Maybe this is your sign that you need to you need to start getting back into spirituality. But for some of you guys, you may already feel that urge to get back into spirituality, and that's what's gonna like help you with releasing the guilt and help you with getting back in tune with spirit. Okay. But anyway, so we have your dreams need a practical plan and bring love into the situation. So we have Aquarius and Taurus here. So I'm wondering if some of you guys are Aquarius placements or Taurus placements. But then another thing, the fixed energy in here. So it's making me wonder if like um Uranus. Oh, we have Uranus in Taurus right now. Uranus is ruled by, or it rules Aquarius. But anyway, so for some of you guys, I'm wondering if the Uranus in Taurus is really affecting you guys, or the Saturn in Aquarius. Maybe some of you guys are currently going through your Saturn return, and and that's why shit is just up and down or whatever. And then Uranus in Taurus is another thing that can kind of affect finances, because Taurus is, personal finances, and Uranus can be like chaotic change, like kind of happening out of nowhere. So maybe for a lot of you guys, you've been experiencing a lot of ups and downs as far as your finances, your career, maybe even your health, and you're just like, what is going on? But I feel like the good news that's coming for you guys is that that's coming to an end. That up and down experience, that you, or the up and down thing you've kind of been going through, that cycle, it's coming to an end. And even though this says your dreams need a practical plan, for some reason, I mean, I definitely think your dreams need a practical plan, but for some reason, I feel like it's more so because even how we have bring love into the situation and it's Aquarius, I feel like this is spirit saying that you need to get back in tune with spirit, like to really have a spiritual practice that you do every single day, so it can help you with staying in tune with spirit, if that makes sense. Okay, so we have you and your loved ones are safe, New Moon in Cancer. Okay, so yeah, a lot of you guys have been going through a lots of ups and downs, especially with finances, especially because you and your loved ones are safe. I'm definitely feeling like some of you guys have been just super worried about, you know, how stuff with your finances are going to be, how it's going to affect your family, and if you don't have kids and stuff like that, maybe you're wondering how you're going to take care of yourself and pay your bills and do certain things that need to be done. You're Some of you guys could be like really really worried about that. And yes, this card is coming to let you know that you and your loved ones are safe, and that the good news that's coming your way is that you will be able to provide the security that you've been wanting to provide for your family, and maybe for a partner, for yourself, for just the people that you care for. I definitely feel like that's coming soon for you, if you've just been feeling like you've been in an up and down situation and you have people that you look after that are affected by this. Okay, so let's see what else these cards say. So we have King of Cups, okay, Knight of Swords, Ace of Cups. Love that for you, because that's definitely going along with the happiness card. And then King of Swords. Okay, so the fact that we have two swords and two cups, it definitely goes along with what I said as far as the crown chakra, which is giving mind, like your mind is really changing, your perspective is really changing. And then the fact that you have the cups definitely makes me think that your heart, like you're healing your heart. And then with the Ace of Cups showing up here, I definitely see you changing your not changing, but healing your heart chakra. I definitely see you healing your heart chakra, healing your heart and mind, and really releasing guilt, really releasing, um, like the past. I just definitely see you purging, 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 purging. And then the fact that we have like a card that has Cancer on it is also making me think that you're also purging, um, you're purging stuff having to do with your childhood, having to do with your family, maybe even generational stuff that you're purging. That you're you became aware of, as far as like generational patterns that keep repeating in your family line or whatever. Yeah, it could even be that, but I definitely feel like you're healing stuff regarding your childhood, maybe forgiving your parents, maybe forgiving siblings, things like that. And that's good news coming for you, where it's like you're releasing a lot of heaviness. Pile number one, you're releasing a lot of heaviness that, like, oh, and we have bring love into the situation. Yeah, so you're releasing a lot of heaviness after experiencing so much. Like, you could even feel like life has just beat you up. You feel very beat up by life. Well, maybe not all of you, but I feel like some of you guys maybe feel really beat up about when it comes to life, because maybe you've just experienced tumultuous relationships, with family, with friends, with partners, and then ups and downs with your finances, ups and downs with your living situation, ups and downs with your health, ups and downs, maybe stuff dealing with your kids if you have kids. Just a lot of ups and downs, but I feel like things are about to start going a lot smoother for you. And if you watched my readings before and you've heard me say that to you before, you're probably like, I mean, Twan, you said that before. You said that before, but I feel like there was just a lot of things happening maybe for last year. This is a timeless reading, but there's a lot of things that could have happened for you last year that just had to happen to end karmic cycles, to end certain relationships, to end certain habits, to end, just for certain things to end. And I definitely feel like that's why you're going to be having a lot of new beginnings. Oh, yeah, we talked about that. New beginnings, because of the fact that you've been experiencing a lot of endings, a lot of chaos, and spirit kind of had to shake some things up to rearrange some things. It's making me think of Oya. I don't know if some of you guys work with Oya. Some of you guys could work with Oya. Okay, so the last two cards we have are basically the chakra cards, and this is supposed to be like what chakras currently need your attention. Maybe these chakras are blocked, and maybe it's slowing down the good news, or slowing down the manifestation of your desires. So yeah, let's see what chakras need your attention. Gossip. The fact that this is green, and I talked about the heart chakra, is crazy. So yes, gossip, and then perception. What? Oh my goodness. I just love when this happens. And this is another heart chakra card. I love when this happens. Okay. So anyway, so yeah, perception card. Yeah, so literally I talked about your perspective changing, and the fact that this is the perception card. Oh wow, and it has a butterfly. Maybe you guys been, oh, it's two butterflies. No, this is crazy, because there was a butterfly stuck in my house. I think it's still stuck in here. Because every time I go up the stairs, like, I see it by that window. So yeah, maybe some of you guys, butterflies are a sign for you from your spirit guides, telling you like, hey, but it's also making me think of what I talked about, as far as like you're going through a transformation. Like, spirit had to shake some things up to rearrange certain things. Okay, so that's why maybe the last like year or two, maybe the last couple years, have been just really chaotic for you, because spirit has been like trying to change things around, move things around. It's like making me think of like the Tower card in tarot, and then moving into the Star card, where it's like chaos and destruction, and then moving into renewal, new beginnings, rebirth, things like that. Oh wow, the Star card is ruled by Aquarius. We have the Aquarius card, and then the Tower is ruled by Mars. And I kept wanting to say something about the eighth house for some of you guys. Maybe some of you guys have, Aquarius in the eighth house. Wow. Okay, message for myself as well. But yes, Aquarius in the eighth house. So that means you could have a Cancer rising. Maybe you guys have like something in Aquarius in the eighth house. Maybe one of these those planets I was talking about earlier are they're transiting your eighth house. Maybe you're having an eighth house perfection year, but maybe you have an eighth house stellium, but something with the eighth house, okay, is going on. And it's really making you release a lot when it comes to the past. Okay, so yes, perception. And then gossip, okay? So the fact that we have gossip and perception here is definitely making me think that what I talked about as far as like you releasing the past, because maybe some of you guys have had issues with people in the past talking about you, maybe even saying things actually to you that was just very disrespectful, very like maybe put you down. They kind of like put you down, and has have made you feel like you'll never amount to nothing. Maybe they like talk down on your dreams and say, "Oh, your dreams are impossible. You'll never reach that," or like things like that that kind of got in your mind that maybe made you have a certain perspective in life, and now it's time for you to really release that gossip. Because and the fact that we have Aquarius here, it's like, and even how I kept talking about the eighth house, and even with Taurus here, I feel like, because with this fixed energy, I definitely feel like one thing that I've learned in life, you cannot give a fuck, okay? Excuse my language, but you can't care about what anyone has to say about you. It doesn't matter what tradition, what culture you come from, all of that. People will have their they'll have their opinions, but you can't care about anyone's opinions. You have to live for you. I don't care if it's your parents, I don't care if it's your partner, your kids, anybody. Like, I'm not saying to not listen to sound advice. Of course, listen to sound advice, but at the end of the day, you have to do what's right for you and listen to your own mind. And that's why I think the crown chakra came in, because I feel like spirit, God, your ancestors, your angels and stuff, they're trying to talk to you, but you've been listening to people, like physical people, like your parents, your friends, your this person, that person. You know what I mean? But it's time to listen to you. Listen to your own intuition, because I feel like it's going to be very loud, okay, this year. I keep saying this year. I don't know why, but I don't know. Okay, anyway. That was your reading, pile number one. If it resonated with you, please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and that notification bell so you're updated every single time I drop something new. Make sure you check out my podcast, the Terra to a Twan podcast. Make sure you check out my website, housemystik.com, where you can purchase my art, spiritual decor, clothing, stuff like that. And then also the Mystik Collective app if you want to learn how to master your own spiritual gifts and get deeper insights as far as the astrological transits go, and learn different spells and magic tips and stuff like that. Definitely hit up the Mystik Collective app, okay? The link is in the description. It's not available in the app stores just yet, but it is available at the link that's in my description, where you're able to get it on, Android and for iPhone, okay? So, yes, that's it. I hope you have a great rest of the day, and I'll talk to you again soon. Peace. Hello, hello, hello. Those of you that chose pile number two with the heart-shaped rose quartz crystal. Okay, so let's go ahead and just put that over there. Let's go ahead and get into what good news is coming your way, okay? Which card? Oh, let me start with these two cards. Okay, so with you guys choosing the heart-shaped crystal, I wonder if good news that's coming your way is going to be like maybe something regarding your heart, like maybe new relationships entering your life. Excuse me, new relationships entering your life. But then also it's making me think like you following your heart instead of following your mind, because maybe you want to be practical and stuff like that and do what's safe. But I feel like maybe for many of you guys, you're at a point where you're like, okay, I need to follow my heart and my soul's calling, my soul's desires, instead of doing what's expected of me, or doing yeah, just doing things because it's practical. Okay. So yeah, let's go ahead and see what cards pop up. Okay, we have humor. I choose to focus on the lighter side of life. And forgiveness, I acknowledge that harboring resentment blocks the flow of love. Wow, it literally says love. Okay, so yeah, so okay, that's matters of the heart too. Forgiveness. Okay, so maybe you're gonna be doing a lot of forgiveness. Maybe you're gonna be, I said, doing a lot of forgiveness. I mean, doing a lot of forgiving, where you're forgiving people that have hurt you in the past. But then I'm also wondering, um, if you're going to be receiving forgiveness. Maybe this is like a reconciliation in in a relationship of yours that you really care about, so you guys are coming back together, whether it's like a friend, a family member, a partner, your kids. Well, that's family. But yeah, I definitely see you forgiving. And then the fact that we have humor here is definitely making me think that you are, yeah, choosing to forgive. You're choosing to forgive. And the fact that it says I choose to focus on the lighter side of life is definitely making me think that you're forgiving the past. Some of this is reminding me of pile number one. Um, but yeah, I definitely see you forgiving the past, but I also feel that you are forgiving someone in particular, or someone in particular is forgiving you, and there's like a reunion happening within the relationship, where you guys are able to come back together and put your, not, I don't want to say your problems to the side, but maybe work through certain problems that you have. Okay, and get back to the humor that you guys share. Not share, but you know, when you have a relationship with someone and you guys laugh together and stuff, y'all, I think y'all will be getting back to that. Whether it's, like I said, your partner, your friend, your family, you know, stuff like that. I definitely think there's some of you guys that will be having a reunion with family or friends, or like just people that are important to you, and you guys will be able to laugh with each other again. Okay, so let's see what else comes up for you guys. We have conclusions are within reach, full moon eclipse. Interesting, interesting. And then we also have nothing is yet set in stone, mutable moon. Okay. So if you're watching this, I mean, this is a timeless reading, but if you're watching this as I, like, the when I first posted, we just had a new moon in Virgo. So maybe you were affected by this new moon in Virgo, and it probably brought some conclusions into your life. Maybe some of you guys are actually Virgos, because I know, or maybe you're one of the mutable signs, which are Virgo, Pisces. I keep wanting to say Cancer. That's not a mutable moon, but maybe some of you guys are Cancers in here. But yeah, Virgo, Pisces, Sagittarius, and Gemini. Those are those are the signs that I'm getting right now. And then I'm also getting Cancer. So maybe some of you guys are Cancers in here. But yes. Anyway, so yeah, maybe this full, not full moon, but maybe, yeah, the full, we do have a full moon coming up if you're watching this when I post this. Oh, yeah, and it's in Pisces. Okay. A mutable sign. Okay. So yeah, I'm wondering if some of you guys are one of those mutable signs or Cancer. But I feel like this new moon that we just had probably really affected you, and maybe the one we're about to have in Pisces really affected you. Or maybe, like I said, this is a timeless reading, so maybe the upcoming, whenever you're watching this, the upcoming new moon or the upcoming full moon is going to have like a super big effect on you, that is causing you to really put the past behind you, but not in a way where it's like you're just forgetting the past. And even if it's like having to do with a relationship or whatever, it's not that you're just forgetting the past. I feel like you're like letting bygones be bygones, or you're making peace with the past, or maybe you're realizing what you had to learn from or what you've learned from these past situations, like even if it has to do with a relationship, because I'm definitely sensing relationship for a lot of you guys. Maybe it's like you're learning what, like you're becoming more aware of how you are in relationships, and you're like, dang, okay, I need to change that, I need to change that. Or for some of you guys, it could be that you're letting go of relationships, because we do have conclusions are within reach, and it's the full moon eclipse. And usually full moon eclipses have to do with things like coming to an end, where it's like there's no going back for some of you guys. So yeah, for some of you guys, you're learning like, okay, this is what I will not accept in a relationship. Okay, I can't accept these certain things in relationships, or maybe even like your career, or with a job or living situation. It could be anything, but I'm really feeling like you're closing the door on certain things, where you're like, okay, this is unacceptable. This is unacceptable, and I can't accept this. But the fact that we have nothing is yet set in stone, for some of you guys, it's like, for some of you guys, it's like it's still savable, certain relationships. And I feel like that's why it's like you're able to forgive. Yeah, and that's why it says nothing is yet set in stone right next to the forgiveness card. So it's like there's some, like for some of you guys, there's some, it's like there's certain relationships where it's like, okay, it's over, or there certain paths, it's like, yeah, this is over. But for certain relationships, it's like it's savable. Okay, anyway, let me not go too much further into that, because I don't want it to get redundant. But let's see what we have. Okay, your commitment is being tested. Okay, so yeah, this is definitely making me think that relationships, I really keep hearing relationships for a lot of you guys, like where it's like your relationship is getting tested for some of you guys. And I know this is probably not sounding like good news so far. It's probably not sounding like good news, but the good news with that is, wherever, like whatever relationships are being tested, I feel like it's going to make those relationships a lot stronger, because of the awareness now within the relationships, where you're like, okay, um this is, this is what happened, and this is how we can fix it. And no longer, like you can't no longer, I meant, you can't do that in the relationship any longer. But also with career, for some of you guys, there's certain things that's unacceptable, and you're like, okay, well, now I know what I will accept and what I will no longer accept when it comes to my career. And I also feel like some of you guys are at a place where you're speaking up more for yourself. You're speaking up more for yourself, and maybe that doesn't necessarily sound like good news, but it's like, if you've felt uncomfortable with sharing your feelings, your, yeah, I would just say your feelings. Like if you are someone that has a hard time sharing your feelings and sharing what's on your mind, I definitely feel like you're going to be in like, the good news that's coming for you is that you're at a space where you're allowing yourself to express your emotions more, express how you feel more, express what you will accept and what you will not accept more. Because maybe you've just been the type that's like, oh, like you kind of just suffer in silence, maybe. Maybe you just suffer in silence, and maybe that's why this certain relationship, like these like relationships are coming up, because you've maybe been suffering in silence when it comes to certain relationships. And this is the time for you to speak up, um, and tell whoever these people are how you really feel. And I definitely feel like it will help to turn over a new leaf within these relationships. Okay. But yeah, also within your career, like I said, maybe you're at a space where you're like, okay, I need to get paid more. I need to get paid more. And now you're no longer accepting lower than what you want when it comes to pay. Okay, so now you're like, okay, I'm going for these certain jobs. I'm gonna go for this certain career. Maybe you're gonna ask for a promotion. Um, yeah, but I feel like you're at a space where you're just no longer accepting BS in any area of your life. Okay. Okay, so let's see what other cards we have here. Ten of Wands. Okay, so yeah. Seven of Pentacles. Okay. King of Wands. Wow. Okay. And then Four of Cups. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, especially with this Four of Cups showing up, I definitely feel like you're just at a space where you're like no longer accepting the bullshit. Like you're not accepting BS anymore. You're at a place where you're like, okay, this either needs to get fixed or it needs to end. Okay, especially with the conclusions within Reach card, and we have Ten of Wands. Like, yeah, you're like, this needs to be fixed or this needs to end. Okay. And then with King of Wands and Ten of Wands, I definitely feel like you're releasing a lot of emotions. You're releasing a lot of emotions and not being afraid to tell people how you really feel, or even like with help, like especially with King of Wands here, because King of Wands is known, well, if you know tarot, this card is associated with delegating responsibilities. And then with Ten of Wands, this has to do with someone that maybe like carries a lot of responsibilities on their own, or just even carrying a lot of emotions, like just carrying it on their shoulders and not letting people know how they really feel. So I definitely feel like that's you. Like you're definitely telling people how you really feel and no longer accepting BS where you're just carrying it and not expressing it. Like I definitely see you expressing how you feel more. And then also not being afraid to be like, look, I need help. I need you to pull your weight in this relationship, or financially, or with the kids, or with whatever it is, whatever. You're at a place where you're like, I need you to pull your weight, because if you're not going to pull your weight, then this needs to end. Okay. You know what I mean? Or maybe that's people telling you that. And that may not necessarily sound like good news, like having people be like, hey, I need you to pull your weight. But I definitely feel like you're going to be more aware, and that in turn is going to change the situation around and make it better. Whether it's like, someone telling you like, hey, I need you to pull your weight. I need you to pull your weight. Okay. Because it's going to make you more aware, and it's going to help to change this relationship around. Yeah. Yeah. But for a lot of you guys, I feel like it's you telling people, hey, I need you to pull your weight, or I need this to change, or I need a promotion, or you're letting your needs and wants become known instead of just hiding that. And that's good news, because it's like no one should have to carry that, just carry it and never let anyone know how they really feel. Okay, so then Seven of Pentacles, yeah, that's definitely making me think that you're definitely in a space where you're also looking at your finances, and you're like, okay, I need to get paid more for all the work that I do. Or you're like maybe changing the type of jobs you go for, maybe changing your career, or maybe even deciding to go into business for yourself. Because with the Four of Cups, like you're at a space where you're only wanting to be in alignment. You're only wanting to be in alignment where it's like you're only wanting relationships that align with you, jobs that align with you, careers that align with you, like, and anything extra, you're like, no, get it out of here. Get it out of here, okay? Get it out of here. So I definitely see you. The good news coming for you is that you're going to be more in alignment, and your relationships are going to be more in alignment. Your career is going to be more in alignment. You're just more in alignment with your most authentic self, because yeah, maybe you've just been out of alignment, or you've just been carrying a lot of baggage, or carrying a lot of feelings, and not necessarily knowing how to express it to people. Okay. Yeah, so let's see. I was having my guess, okay, my guess for, because these are the two chakra cards as far as like what chakras need your attention and maybe what has been delaying this good news from coming to you, okay? And my guess right here is the sacral and the heart, especially with the sacral, because sacral is associated with our emotions. Like we have an orange candle here. Maybe some of you guys need to work on your sacral more, maybe work with an orange candle or something like that. But that chakra is associated with expressing our emotions, and then the heart chakra is also about expressing our emotions, because it's like you need to express what's on your heart, what's on your chest. If it's just on your chest, like you need to express it, okay? You need to express it, or just need to just even talk more, and ask people for help more. Okay, so let's see. We have expansion. Okay, we have expansion. So this is the throat chakra. This is the throat chakra. Okay. Oh, wow. Okay, so it's the throat chakra, and I just literally talked about how there's a need to express how you really feel and say what's on your chest, say what's on your mind instead of like just holding it in. Okay. And then wow, impatience, and it's another throat chakra card. So yeah, expressing how you feel, expressing what's on your heart. But the fact that we have expansion here definitely makes me think that and then even if you look really close, she's carrying, well, it looks like she's pregnant. It looks like she's pregnant. But we also have these people over here. So it's definitely making me think that you're going to be expressing more of how you feel and what's on your heart. And maybe even like, even I'm also even hearing like you demanding from spirit, and not even in a disrespectful way, but you're at a point where you're calling down blessings. You're just like, okay, spirit, like you're gonna have to fix this, you're gonna have to change this, okay? Like I see you like not a like kind of claiming what's yours, like, and speaking it, like trying trying to speak it into existence. And then also impatience, I think is very interesting. Even though this card is associated with like maybe you being impatient about certain things, I'm feeling like it's more so you becoming patient with yourself and patient with others, because I see you forgiving others. I see you forgiving others, and allowing a certain relationship to be fixed. For some of you guys, you're allowing a certain relationship to be fixed, and you're giving people another chance. But I do feel like there's some people that you're not giving another chance, but I'm feeling like you're giving people a chance to fix their mistakes, like righting their wrongs. I definitely see you changing that. Okay? Not changing that, but other people changing that, and you being patient with them and allowing them to fix their mistakes. Okay? So that was your reading, pile number 2. If it resonated with you, please leave a comment. Please hit that like button and that subscribe button and that notification bell so you're updated every single time I drop a new video. Also, make sure you go to housemystik.com and check out my art, my clothing, and also just all the stuff I have on there, okay? All the stuff I have on there. And then also the Mystik Collective app. Make sure you join if you want to master your own spiritual gifts. And then also make sure you check out my podcast, the Territy with Twan podcast, which is available on Apple Podcasts and what's the other one? Oh, and Spotify, okay? So yeah, all of that information is in the description. And also make sure you follow me on all social media platforms if you feel called to tip your girl. The tip jar is in the description, all right? I hope you have a great rest of the day, and I'll talk to you again soon. Peace. Hello, hello, hello. What's up to those of you that chose pile number 3 with the orange calcite? Okay, so let's get into your reading all about what good news is coming your way. Okay, so the fact that you chose orange calcite, It's making me wonder if some good news coming your way has something to do with your creativity. Maybe there's a creative project that you're working on or that you just put out and you're just wondering, will it be a success? Or if you're currently working on something and you're wondering if you should even put your energy into it, and because you're like, will it even be a success? And the answer to both of those are yes. Okay, yes, I definitely see your some type of creative project that you're working on or that you are about to put out or you just put out is going to be received very well. Or this could even be you guys discovering a talent, a new creative talent of yours. Or maybe you're wondering, or maybe you already knew about this talent, but you're wondering if you should get back into it, and the answer is yes. Okay, so yeah, let's see what these cards are talking about. And then another thing, it could even be some childhood stuff, but I'm really sensing creativity because the calcite is associated with the sacral chakra, and the sacral chakra is our inner child. Okay, so maybe you're going to be doing a lot of inner child healing, or maybe you've been doing a lot of it, and now you're at a place where you feel really connected, like back connected with your inner child, or maybe you connecting with something that you used to do as a child. Um, what else am I sensing here? Oh, yes. And then another thing with calcite, abundance. Abundance. I think your finances are definitely are on the up and up. Okay. On the up and up. Okay. And I definitely see your financial situation changing. Like it's almost like you may be doing like a 180 out of nowhere, or it's like you get an opportunity out of nowhere that like really changes your life for the better, and your finances for the better. And then another thing I'm getting, like a kid. Maybe some of you guys will find out that you're pregnant, or yeah. And if you're drawn to another pile, like pile number one, some of this is reminding me of pile number one. So maybe you were called towards pile number one, but you didn't choose it, and maybe you should watch it. But anyway, yeah. So let's see. Courage. Wow, I find the inner strength to face fear with confidence. Okay, so this is definitely making me think that, yeah, some of you guys are wanting to put out something. Okay, there could be a project that you've been wanting to put out, or maybe you already put it out, but you're like, do I feel confident about this? Or like something that you're about to put out, you're like, I don't know if it's going to be successful. Yes, it is. And I feel like this courage card is here to say, like, release all fears surrounding this project, or putting energy into this project, or honing this new skill. Like it's time to change your perspective. Wow, this is reminding me of pile number one. But I definitely feel like there's a creative thing that you're doing. There's something that you really want to do, and you're just kind of like, I don't know. And Spirit is like, yes, please put yourself out there, please. Okay, so we have denial. I acknowledge my fear, but I replace it with the insight of awareness. So the fact that this has to do with fear, and then this has to do with fear, yeah. And then this card is almost yellowish looking. So solar plexus, okay? Solar plexus is the chakra right after the sacral. Why can I think? Oh yeah, we this is like an orangish, like an orangish reddish color. So interesting. And then there's some orange right here. So yeah, I wonder if those chakra cards will come out, but we'll see. Anyway, yes, fear. I definitely see you overcoming fear. I definitely see you overcoming fear and becoming more confident, especially in your creative gifts. Like, I definitely see you putting yourself out there more. There's a need to put yourself out there more, or your creative skills out there more. Not being afraid to network with people, not being afraid to aim high, especially with the courage card, like definitely don't be afraid to aim high. Like I'm definitely uh hearing like nah bigger, like God saying nah bigger. Like you've been playing small, and spirit is like no more playing small. Okay, and I feel like the good news is that you are no longer playing small. You're not going to allow yourself to play small, and you're putting time and energy into your creative gifts and talents, or whatever they may be, or aiming for a certain job, even if it seems like high, not high, but yeah, like unattainable. I see you deciding to go for it anyway, or this is your sign to go towards it anyway. Okay, so let's see. We have, wow, oh my goodness. I love when this happens. Okay, so this definitely makes me think that this is the pile that has creative gifts, because look, we have the believe in the impossible card, blue moon. Okay, and this card is associated with getting an opportunity, one that comes out of the blue, the one that comes out of the blue, or like a once in a lifetime type of opportunity. So yeah, I definitely, like I said at the beginning, I definitely feel like there's some of you guys that have some type of gift of yours that you're wanting to share with the world, and you getting good news surrounding that, or like where it's like this thing that you put out into the world, it gets received well, it gets received well. Or it could be like I said, you aim for some type of job that kind of seems unattainable, but you end up being able to attain it, because like you're at a place where you're soon going to be in a place where you're like, okay, I'm going to release fears about trying to move towards this job, or move or put my creative gifts out there. Like you're at a place where you're releasing fear surrounding putting your gifts out there. And with this blue moon card is definitely making me think that, yeah, once in a lifetime opportunity is coming, or like whatever you've been aiming for, even if it's high, you're very close to reaching it, or it's like by the time you watch it, it already found you. Like you've already received like news surrounding this opportunity. Okay, so we also have, see, I knew this card. See, I just should have said it, but I didn't. I didn't. But we have the confidence is your key to success, new moon in Leo. And I was already sensing that Leo energy because, well, because the courage card, it always makes me think of the lion. Okay. And then we have the Leo card. Okay. And Leo is associated with the color orange and yellow. So, yes, your solar plexus, I definitely feel like it's getting a boost. It's definitely getting a boost. And then with the confidence is your key to success, I mean, we already have the courage card, okay? And the fact that Leo came out as well, that's the sign that's associated with creativity and your like inner child and stuff. So I definitely feel like your confidence will be increasing. Your confidence will be increasing. Oh yes, and I did say success. I definitely did say success. That if there's a creative project that you're putting out there, success. You will definitely achieve success. Okay, you'll definitely achieve success. And then another thing with Leo, it's all about being bold. It's all about being bold, and yeah, courage. So I definitely feel like there's a need to put yourself out there, aim high. I'm also hearing for some of you guys, oopsie, I'm also hearing for some of you guys putting yourself out more on social media. There will be success surrounding social media. For a lot of you guys, are like, yeah, like Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. What's another social media platform? I can't think of any other ones right now, but yeah, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. Um, Even if you do a podcast, maybe some of you guys do a podcast or something, just something where it's like you're sharing your ideas with the world. You're sharing your ideas with the world, and people are going to vibe with it. People are going to really, really like it. So I definitely think you should either get started or keep going with whatever project it is that you're starting to work on or you've been working on. Keep going. Okay, so we also have adjustments are required. Okay, third quarter moon. Okay, so adjustments are required is definitely making me think that you are working on something, like you're in the midst of tweaking something. Okay, you're definitely in the midst of tweaking something. Yeah, because I know I was saying maybe you were beginning to work on something, or like maybe you didn't start yet, but I'm feeling like a lot of you guys started already. Some of you guys started already, and you're at a point where you're tweaking it, okay? And I don't know if you would necessarily consider that good news, but with you tweaking it and changing things around, I think it's going to help to bring the success that you're looking for with this thing. The more you tweak it, the more you try it, the more you practice, the more you put it out there, the more you get deeper into it. I feel like it's going to just grow and grow and grow and just get better and better and better over time. Okay, and that's what's going to bring the success, like you continuing to um you continuing to change things around and try new things with this project or this whatever it is. Yeah, and then also I don't know why I'm hearing for some of you guys tweak your resume. There's a need to tweak your resume and change some things up when it comes to your resume, because it'll help you with getting that job that you've been aiming for, or maybe even some of you guys deciding to like go back to school or take courses or like do like some type of webinar or something like that, because it'll help with it'll help you with mastering your gifts. Speaking of courses and mastering gifts, my app, the Mystik Collective app, okay? You can master your spiritual, or my whole goal is to help those of you that become a part of the Mystik Collective to master your spiritual gifts. So if you want to master your spiritual gifts, definitely get the Mystik Collective app. The link is in the description. Anyway, excuse me, but yeah, I'm definitely sensing that there's a need to master your gifts or to tweak your resume. Excuse me, or to like learn more about what it is that you're wanting to do. Like there needs to be something or more knowledge that should be gained. Okay? So let's see what else is going to show up here. So we have the Tower. Okay. Two of Pentacles. Okay. The Magician. And 10 of Cups. Okay. So that's very interesting that the Tower would come up, and then we have adjustments are required, and then Two of Pentacles. Okay. Anyway, so let me just say what I feel like it means. Okay, so with the Tower showing up here, but it's like right next to the Magician, but it's also under the believe in the impossible. I feel like for some of you guys, the reason why maybe you've been fearful or maybe hesitant about jumping into this creative skill, or with like trying to aim for this job that you've been feeling called to apply for, or stuff like that. The reason why you've been feeling kind of fearful about it is maybe you experience a Tower moment, and I think I kind of talked about that in pile 1. So if you felt drawn to pile 1, definitely check it out. But maybe you've been experiencing setbacks after setbacks, disappointments. Maybe you put this certain gift out there before and it didn't work out. Maybe you tried to apply for this certain type of job and it didn't work out. or something that you tried before. There could have been experiences where you felt like you failed, and it really kind of like messed with your confidence. um and maybe like, because we have the denial card, and maybe it's like you you tried to suppress how those situations made you feel, and maybe you going towards this new type of job, this new type of career, putting your creative skills and ideas, whatever they may be, you putting it out there, is kind of bringing up these fears again. It's bringing up these times where you felt like you failed. Like, it's bringing it up again, where it's making you have to acknowledge, like, okay, these fears stem from this situation because I felt like I failed in this, or I didn't do this right, and I didn't do this right. And like, it's just really having you look at the ways that you could have failed, in life. And I definitely feel like you're going to be working on that, though. You're definitely going to be working on that, because I feel like even though you have those fears, I feel like you're going to still feel called to do whatever it is anyway. And that's going to in turn bring you success, because you are acknowledging the fear, and you're allowing yourself to heal from that fear, and then you're allowing yourself to move on. You're not allowing yourself to just linger in the fear. Okay? So now the last two cards we have here are the two chakra cards. Basically, it's like the chakras that maybe you need to acknowledge, or that need to be worked on, because maybe it's slowing down this good news, or like affecting the outcome of these things. Okay, so we have impartiality, and then we also have service. Okay, the fact that it's orange, it just goes along with what I said as far as that sacral chakra, the creativity. Okay, the fact that the service card came up, definitely makes me think that there is a gift of yours that needs to be shared with the world more often. Okay, and the fact that I see, I see an old person here that's sick in bed, but then I also see these two people in the backgrounds, and it's just making me think that these gifts of yours are your ancestors. They were passed down from your ancestors, and that's why they're trying to push you. It's your ancestors that's trying to push you to pursue these certain things. Like, especially if you keep thinking of an idea over and over, you keep feeling called to do something over and over, that's because that's your spirit guides, your ancestors, your angels, that are like really trying to get you to do this thing, or to aim high. Oh yeah, I did say that earlier when I was like, nah, bigger. And I felt like that was God saying, like, nah, bigger, go, not go harder, but go bigger, and aim high. Okay. And with the impartiality card, if you look closely, she's holding paint. So I'm definitely feeling like, yeah, there's some of you guys that are artists over here, and I definitely feel like you kind of not try to hide it, but it's like you don't always feel confident in your gifts, because maybe there's something that happened in the past, that where you felt like you failed. Maybe there were even people that told you you you're you can't make it in, like, doing something like in the arts, or maybe even the healing arts. I'm hearing for some of you guys, like the healing arts, because I just feel like there's something unique that you do. There's something very unique that you do, especially with Leo showing up here, and the believe in the impossible card. I feel like there's something very, very unique that you do, and Spirit is saying to put it out there more, share it with the world more often. Okay, because that's your service to the universe, that's your service to mankind, to humanity. Like, these gifts that you have. They're not meant to just, just be in you and not shared with the world, okay? So yeah, sacral chakra, I need to work on that, okay? So that was your reading. Oh, and I forgot to say with impartiality, it's making me think that all your chakras probably need to be worked on to cleanse the different beliefs that may have been imposed on you. And certain beliefs tend to like be held in our sacral chakra, especially if you're a woman. So definitely work on all the chakras, okay? So yes, that was your reading pile number 3. If it resonated with you, please leave a comment. Make sure you hit that like button, that subscribe button, and hit that notification bell so you're updated every single time I drop something new. Also, make sure to check out the house. I was gonna say housemystik.com. That's what I meant. Housemystik.com to check out my art and my clothing and all of the other cool stuff I have on my website that you can purchase. Okay, also make sure Mystik Collective app is not available on app stores yet, but it is available at the link in my description for Apple and Android. Okay, and then also make sure you hit or you check out the Tarot Tea with Twan podcast, available on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Okay, I hope you have a great rest of the day, and I'll talk to you again soon. Peace.